what is your role in Divi and the DiviGo app?
Well, I'm the founder of Divi, one of two founders, and also the founder of DiviGo, which is part of the Let's Go ecosystem. And
I head up the DiviGo and the Let's Go team, so we are a different piece of the overall ecosystem that Geoff created in 2017.
Awesome. And just for the lay person, what's the difference between Divi and DiviGo?
the Divi is actually the coin, right? So Divi is a cryptocurrency. DiviGo doesn't have its own cryptocurrency. It's a use case that it's actually multi-coin, so it's not just for using Divi, but it also is Bitcoin, Litecoin, and a bunch of our favorite other cryptocurrencies.
Awesome. And I know there is a difference between DiviGo and something called Let's Go. Robert, could you explain that?
Well, DiviGo is sort of the working space where we are developing the UI UX for the overall wallet applications, where we go and practice and do things in an invitation-only space. Let's Go is the larger brand that will encompass other companies such as Geoff.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of companies such as Lightning Works and other use cases. So one of the things that a cryptocurrency needs is a lot of use cases. And my experience has been in product design for years before I was involved with crypto. I've done product design in almost every type of industry you can imagine, from real estate to jewelry and clothing, like architecture, all kinds of stuff. And so I focus on products, which is kind of unusual in the crypto space. So once we created Divi and we wanted to be something that was very easy to use, that's what our focus is. It's called Crypto Made Easy. I realized that we needed to make it even easier than we were originally doing. So we have a very, very amazing wallet with Divi that's created by Divi Labs. So we wanted to basically have an even easier version that does different things, a sort of a lighter wallet, and that's what DiviGo is, because it works within everybody's chat apps. You don't have to download an app, just talk to a bot in any of your favorite chat apps, and you basically have your cryptocurrency wallet. You can handle NFTs, and it does a lot of different things that we're working on.
And so is that what the main use case for DiviGo is? And I mean, what are you guys trying to solve with DiviGo compared to any of the other wallets or cryptocurrencies?
So DiviGo is, well, the vision of Divi was that it should be the easiest on-ramp to crypto as a world, right? So it takes a very short period of time, probably anywhere from 2 minutes to 30 seconds to start a wallet, to have it operational and to be able to use it. It's very useful in that sense. And what else would you say about that, Geoff?
Yeah, I mean, when we first started, we can onboard people into crypto. Can you imagine, like, if somebody is at the table with you or at a bar and you meet somebody and they express some interest in having some cryptocurrency and having a wallet, it's pretty spectacular when you can get them some cryptocurrency in 2 minutes, right? We now have that down to 20 seconds with future versions. So people are very surprised. They always say, wow, crypto is not as hard. Everyone told me this is so difficult. And we always say, well, yeah, it is really difficult, but it's not with us. So
the most common experience I've seen is someone will say, do you crypto, do you have any use or whatever, have you tried it? Like, oh, a friend's gonna sit down with me and explain this, we need a couple hours to do that. And I'm like, no, you don't, we can do that much quicker. So we things like friends of ours that have jobs like barbers and whatnot. I just got a haircut today, Geoff just got a haircut today, we paid in Divi, so it was very easy to set up, and here you go, and like, oh, now you're crypto.
And I heard on your website you guys have a simple, I think it's a 6-step process to get started with the DiviGo.
Is it 6? I thought it was 5-minute apps.
yeah, we keep making it more and more simple. Right? So that's one of the things. If we can make it a little bit simpler, if we can shave a few seconds off, then we're very excited about that, because in the world of user experience and UIs in general, if you can make something 10% easier, people notice it very subconsciously, and they stop wanting to use it, and they want to stop using the old one, right? So by making the onboarding and the sort of send and receive, just the whole process of having and using cryptocurrency easier, we create a process that people don't like everything else.
Yeah, and I mean, so why should users choose Divi over Venmo, Cash App, any of these other payment services?
It sucks less. So in any of these things, the frustration that you have or the user interface that you have, those kinds of things can sometimes be complicated or difficult. DiviGo really aims and has sharpened this tool to the point that it's really simple and easy to use. And one example is that you get a common username, which means you get to pick your username. So instead of having to remember or copy a wallet address in crypto, which is this long, weird-looking thing that looks like an account number, but a little more complicated than that, you just simply have a name. So in that sense, it's easier to use, it's easier for people to understand and interact with. So sort of, it sucks less.
Yeah, and if you guys want to support this channel, my DiviGo name is James. So feel free to send me some Divi if you guys like this video.
You really got James as your DiviGo.
Yeah, yeah.
That's our lead developer's name. I said, you got that. Yeah, actually, James Enke is the inventor of DiviGo.
Oh, awesome. And so can you guys talk about the security of the DiviGo app? Because I know it's on WhatsApp, it's on a couple other chat apps, but what is the security on there?
Well, so much like the wallet you have in your back pocket, let's say you have cash in your wallet, so when it sticks you up and gets your wallet, they will probably have what's in your wallet. In the same sense, and we don't, what we see this as is sort of your walk around money, so you're going to go out and hang out and stuff, and you can move from other things. But it's basically the security that you have on your phone. So if you have, depending on the kind of security that you have on your phone, if your phone's always unlocked and anyone can access it, then someone can find this app, but then again, they'd have to know how to use it and what it is. More than likely, they won't know. So the security is that you have internally on your phone is what is there. So as you can access that, so can you use it.
Right, and for future versions, we're actually adding other security measures like typing in a PIN code or adding Google 2FA or different
Two-factor authentication.
Yeah, two-factor authentication. We also have one where you basically type in what they call a token, which I don't like to use that word because it confuses people, but basically
like Lord of the Rings.
It's a hardware device. It's a hardware device where you have to where it's I guess it's connected to the actual time or something like this. So you have a hardware device with a little screen, and you push a button, and it gives you a code, and you type that in. So we're adding a bunch of different sort of security measures that make it much harder for people to hack.
Again, depending on the use case. So if you have a tier where you basically, you need this for your walk around stuff, or you're doing crypto, you're going to be at one level of that. If you're walking around with $10 million in assets of NFTs or something like that you need to keep control of, you're going to have a different level of authentication.
Yeah, and we've seen some very crazy kind of user behavior. Even when we first started DiviGo, somebody put in like $100,000 worth immediately, right?
Oh, wow.
And that's not the kind of thing we're recommending people do, right? So like you said, we recommend using this as sort of whatever you would be carrying around in your wallet or in your pocket. For some people, that's $100, $200. Other people I know are confident carrying $10,000, $20,000 around.
100,000.
Right? So whatever you feel confident with, that's what DiviGo is for. Think of it as your cash.
And is there any end-to-end encryption on DiviGo currently?
Well, yeah, I mean, WhatsApp is end-to-end encrypted. However, I can tell you, because I know the people that have built it, that WhatsApp is not truly end-to-end encrypted. And the Facebook founders, the company has basically offered to various governments a backdoor. I know people that have actually built this, so I know this is true. It depends on which government it is. So we've also added this to Signal and to Telegram. Telegram is also not, I mean, people really want security. Telegram has also apparently been
Teams working on WeChat too.
Sold off, yeah. Sold to the highest bidder kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So Signal is very safe. As far as I know, it's never been compromised by any government, and the details of all the transactions and things that go through Signal are not stored anywhere by Signal. That's the safest. For most people, they're happy to use WhatsApp because all their friends are in it. And even though we don't like it, everybody uses it because we're all in it. But I don't recommend people keep large amounts of money or send their private keys over WhatsApp, because there are people that can have access to it.
When you think in terms of wallets, what do you carry in your wallet, and what's security of your wallet? Your security wallet is in your back pocket, it's with you. You can see you're protected. So in as much as that is, that's what you probably want to keep in your DiviGo wallet.
Yeah.
And so it seems like the DiviGo, it's more of the ease of use. I can send it to anybody. I don't have to attach a bank account, that sort of thing. Correct?
Yeah, I mean, it's really good for bringing in your friends. And we had to actually kind of shut it down early on. It was going so viral so quickly. We quickly added about 1,500 users, even though we were basically begging people to stop onboarding all their friends. People, it's just easier. Like if you're out at a bar or a restaurant, you start talking to somebody about crypto and they want some, and you want to give them some. In your head, you go through, well, how could this person get some? There's just absolutely nothing easier than DiviGo. And that's not even including the fact that we will have referral links, so you'd actually, in the future, you'll actually be able to get something from that. You'd get a little bonus every time a fee is generated. Even without that, people are just sharing it. I mean, it was really going super viral, so we had to beg people, like, stop putting everybody into this, because it's not ready. Somebody's going to lose their money, something will get hacked, like it hasn't been tested. So right now it's in pre-alpha. It's VIPs, just our friends, people like this that we're demonstrating.
I keep making money every day with my Divi wallet, and it's like, hey, you got some more Divi.
Well, that's the other thing, is that we have automatic staking in it. So people have money in it with Divi, and it just stakes automatically. You don't have to do anything. And so we see a big opportunity there with other cryptocurrencies that are difficult to stake. We are going to make DiviGo versions for them, or add coins that can be automatically staked. And people love that, because for newbies, they don't want to learn any of this stuff. They want it to just work, like the apps that they have. If things are too complicated, they won't bother. They'll just use PayPal.
Yeah, I do love, waking up every morning, getting that little notification. You've earned this much Divi. It's always really nice.
Feels good, man. Feels good.
So, I know this may be a hard question to answer, but how long has DiviGo been in development, and when should we expect a tentative official release?
So we've actually had it for 2.5 years or something like that. It's been a little bit slow going. We ran into some legal challenges in that it was very difficult to find a solution to how to really make this both safe and legal and easy at the same time. And I think that's one of the reasons why nobody else has really done what we're doing, is because it's not just solving technical challenges, but there's a lot of little details about how corporate structures are set up and the legal aspect is done. And we talked to some lawyers who basically said it was impossible, but we kept pushing and we found solutions to this. And so this entire ecosystem of DiviGo and Let's Go that we're developing has many different layers that make it what it is. It's going to be very powerful. Once we really release it and everything is working with it, I think it has the potential to be something like a Binance or a Coinbase, in that it's something that everybody's going to be using. Every coin, every crypto is going to want to be in it, because we're building it in a modular way so that our bot, which will be open source, doesn't actually do crypto. It's just passing information between users and other companies or wallets or use cases that do crypto. We'll also have fiat accounts. We'll have all kinds of interesting ways to spend money or cryptocurrency that are attached to it. And everything's done by text commands. So it makes it very easy. And one of the most important things, and people don't really realize how important this is, but so many people are moving to what's called the chat economy. People are very tired of downloading new apps. It's getting harder and harder every year to get people to download a new app. So all these cryptocurrencies, the thousands of them, are all trying to create these wallet apps which cost $1 million or more, and then they can't get their users to download them. And if they do, they don't use them very often. They're very specialized to that one crypto. If somebody has 20 cryptos, they want 20 different crypto wallets, right? It's very difficult to get the attention of Trust or Edge. They only put in the biggest cryptos. They charge exorbitant fees. So we're kind of solving all of these problems at once by creating an ecosystem where people can use their favorite cryptos, and it's done extremely easily without having to download a new app.
And I heard you guys announce in December of last year that you gained one of the biggest advantages out there among cryptocurrencies. Would you guys like to touch on that?
Yeah, so Divi, our downloadable mobile app, was chosen by La Liga, which is the second biggest football league in the world, to be the official cryptocurrency wallet of La Liga. So that's basically going to put us in front of 1 billion people over the next 3.5 years. I mean, it was as far as I know, it was sort of the biggest mainstream adoption deal of all time in crypto, and almost nobody's ever heard of it because it wasn't well covered by the crypto media. And right now, for people that are in the areas where we have, such as India and China, all of Asia, all of the Middle East, if you're watching a Barcelona game or a Real Madrid game, people are seeing Divi wallet, download the Divi wallet, crypto made easy, all kinds of stuff on the games in the background.
On the boards.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing on the walls. And so we just started doing this. We're testing different ideas. They let us put almost anything we want there. And so basically, 1 billion people are becoming familiar with our brand. And when it comes time for them to choose which wallet they want for crypto, which we see a lot of mass adoption happening over the next 3 years, will be the brand that they're familiar with, that they trust, that they've seen while they're in an excited state because they're watching a game. And so we believe a lot of those people are going to choose Divi. That puts us in a really strong position with DiviGo as well, because as I see it, I'm basically recommending people use DiviGo as their sort of daily money, and Divi wallet as where they store the larger majority of their cryptocurrencies. It's going to be there's going to be features that favor each one, so they work very well together.
And so, Robert, if people want to get started with DiviGo, what would you recommend their first steps be?
Call Geoff. Monitor what's going on and the releases and what we're talking about, and if you Google DiviGo and you look for the wallets, you'll find some links to that. We can include that there. Like I said, we're still in pre-release, is by invitation only, and we are very close to having a finished product that we're ready to release to the wild. We're doing some final troubleshooting, doing some proof testing and some security proofs on what it looks like and how it's going to perform. And I think very shortly we'll have some probably very interesting announcements about where it's going and what it's doing. I'm really excited and very confident in not only the work the team has done, but where this is going and why this whole thing exists.
Excellent. And we will be posting all their Twitter handles, so you can follow all of them in the description down below. And, just final words, gentlemen, anything you want to tell people about DiviGo that, to get them interested in it?
Well, I think probably a lot of crypto geeks will be watching this show and asking, they'll be wondering, well, is it custodial or non-custodial? And the answer is that it's both. We have 2 different types of wallets that coexist together. The non-custodial one, which is the one where you need your private keys or your seed phrase, we're calling Plus. So we basically have like Divi Plus or Divi. So we're trying to simplify it in a way and think of it as the Plus is the more advanced version. People do have to get their seed phrase, and the custodial version is only up to $1,000 a month incoming. We can do that without any KYC. So we decided, instead of doing KYC, which we could do, and just have more money for people. We don't want to hold that much money for people. We'd rather have them hold it themselves. So it's very good for people who are just beginning. They're probably not going to have more than $1,000 worth of crypto a month coming into their wallets. If they do, they basically need to move over to the Plus version, the more advanced version. And all they really need to do is learn about their seed phrase and keep that safe. If they can do that, then they can hold as much as they want within DiviGo.
And to you?
I like turtles.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I'll make sure to post all the links in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching.